when you are not enough educated on the danger of it, what will impress you, what will scare you, is the height. You find yourself high above the ground, and that's it, you paralyze, because it is the natural response of our brain. When we find ourselves into such a situation, the brain says, stop, I want to preserve myself, I want to preserve me as who I am, I don't want anything bad to happen. But then, the more you educate yourself, this fear of heights gets replaced. The issue here is, it is better to be afraid of heights, because if you have someone with you, eventually you'll make the step and you'll get to the end. But the more you educate yourself, you realize what makes Via Ferrata dangerous. And then one day you'll find yourself there, up the mountain, hanging with the next vertical overhang above you, and you know it's difficult, you know you can lose control, and you know what will happen in case you fall. Because on a Via Ferrata, the danger is falling. It's not the height, because between 20 meters or 200 meters, there is no difference when it comes to the final outcome if you drop to the ground. But the problem is, if you fall on a Via Ferrata, and it is why you have a shock absorber and the Via Ferrata set, because the attempt there is to reduce to the maximum the shock that fall will have on you and overall on your safety system. So practically what I'm trying to say is, in the beginning, you are afraid of heights. You don't know what it is about. You don't realize the real danger of a Via Ferrata. You go up there enthusiastic with friends, with a guide, and curious. Many of us are curious. Either we just respond positively to friends inviting us over, or just because we go, we find about it, and then we get curious, or we manifest interest, and we go. And we don't know anything about the real danger of a Via Ferrata. We put the gear on and we think, oh, we are safe. And what happens? You go up there and kicks in your flight or fight response. So, yes, you froze, and it is very difficult for you to take the next step. You would like to go forward, but your brain, the lizard brain, says, no, stop, I don't want something bad to happen to me next. I will stay here because, well, I'm here now, I cannot change it, but at least I know where I am. I don't want to go deeper into trouble. Yes. The emotion is amazing. In my opinion, if you have an opportunity, just go and climb a Via Ferrata, because this fear inspired by your lizard brain is a unique emotion that is worth nurturing, worth experiencing. We need to get to know ourselves. Well, when you hear a loud noise, for example, it is plus minus the same thing. When you find yourself there and you realize it is out of your control, and this is the good part of Via Ferrata, it actually is safe, plus minus. Well, it is safe if you do everything that you have to do to stay safe, compared to a real life situation where I'm trying to avoid the sunlight as much possible, compared to a real life situation where, well, your life is in danger. So based on the outcome, it depends if you'll still be alive or not. On Via Ferrata, it is an extreme sport. Some die every year, not many, but some, they do die, and usually it is because of human error, because they don't properly follow these steps you have to learn and methodically always execute. But otherwise it is safe. And if you go, you will give yourself the opportunity to experience this lizard brain fear. And that's okay. Now the thing is, the more you educate yourself, the more you go through it, you'll realize that the real danger of a Via Ferrata is not the height, because at the end of the day, falling from 20 or 200 meters has the same outcome, and you know what it is the outcome. The real danger is falling. If you initially experience the fear of heights and the unknown, the fear of the unknown, then it becomes the fear created, facilitated by what you know. And the more you know, the more afraid you are. It makes sense because now you get to educate yourself and you find out, oh, falling on Via Ferrata is dangerous. It's dangerous because the fall factor is high, the impact, the braking impact transfers to the body and you'll feel it quite well. Of course, it is the whole safety system that has to suffer. And then is the other thing on Via Ferrata. You don't know what you'll hit while falling. On a normal sports climbing, rock climbing route, it is easy to anticipate. And of course, to rock climb, to do sports climbing, requires a lot of training, different equipment, a completely different safety system. When you go there, you go with at least some experience, or as in Via Ferrata, you take it step by step and you build that experience. But it is more specialized than Via Ferrata. Sports climbing is not accessible to everyone. Via Ferrata, you can get up from your couch now and then just do it. And that's okay. Nothing wrong with it. What I'm trying to say is, initially, you will feel the fear of heights. It is your lizard brain kicking in, and you froze, and then you don't want to move forward because, well, it is so high up and it scares you, and you realize it is out of your control. If you go on a very difficult Via Ferrata compared to your skill level, and you'll see that you are losing it, and that's it, you can no longer control it, that one is real fear. But then you educate yourself and you realize, well, there is no difference between 20 or 200 meters in case of a fall. If you fall to the ground, it doesn't matter if it is 20 or 200 meters. But what matters is you not falling. Because falling on a Via Ferrata, it is bad. So this is what will scare you. You'll go through the elements of a Via Ferrata and you'll see that you have a next vertical overhang or who knows what else, and you realize, oh, this is where I can drop. Or you go on a vertical and you don't do the anchor point transition in time. And again, you realize, oh, this is the moment when I can fall. Then you might be way above the horizontal safety steel cable and you realize, oh, if I fall here, I might get into trouble. But it's normal. It is okay. It is different. The fear of falling is different than the fear of heights. The fear of heights comes naturally. It is triggered by your lizard brain, while the fear of falling is triggered by how much you educate yourself and how well you understand your situation. Because the more you educate yourself, the more you understand the limits of the safety equipment and the safety system on Via Ferrata, the more afraid you'll be. Because you'll realize it is one thing to be afraid of heights, it is a different thing to be afraid of falling. And being afraid of falling comes through education. It is something that practically never goes away. You'll train yourself more and more, and you'll get better and better at doing it, but the possibility of falling doesn't go away. And this will always come to your brain, to your conscious brain, and you'll acknowledge that, and you'll get scared. I am getting scared when I'm going like this on this type of routes, and I see what it is ahead of me. I'm thinking, okay, so what's next now? Well, I read before going, but still, what's next? How long? You really don't know until you don't do it. So today I was afraid. I wasn't afraid of heights because, well, it was what it was. That's okay. But I was afraid of falling. So yes, good luck on your Via Ferrata adventure. Go out there. Why not? Experience the fear of heights. Experience the fear of falling. Educate yourself. Make sure to stay safe. Why? Because, well, probably 100% of all accidents are because of human error. At that moment now, at the time, probably. I don't have an official statistic, but I will say, let's say 99.9% are because of human error. And I can see how this easily happens. So go out there, but go educated and take it easy. Take it step by step. Make sure you properly execute the anchor point transition. It's the most important action you will take on a Via Ferrata. Make sure you do it at the right time. Make sure to check that the carabiners are properly connected with each connection. Take it easy. Don't get in over your head. Just be smart.